Welcome to Fit Night. Okay, if you've seen our other 3 videos in the past, then you know that we used to call these Fat Night. But I'm not going to put anybody on blast. We shall remain nameless. But somebody had a problem with us being at concerts and my fans coming up to her and saying, hey, you're the girl from the Fat Night videos. So we had to change it from Fat Night to Fit Night. But we are still doing the same thing. Like I told you before, that I think accountability is a very important part of the health journey. And so I think it's important that you get a bunch of girls that are on the same journey with you and that you talk about your struggles, you talk about your triumphs, you pray for each other, and you share recipes, which is what we're doing today. Now, if you've not seen our previous videos, then you are missing out on chicken tenders and chicken parmesan and turkey burgers. You have to go back and watch those. But we are in a new year, and so we have to have some new videos. We've got a bunch of great recipes coming up, and we would love for you to try them and let me know what you think of them. You ready? Here we go.
Okay, welcome back to Fit Night, guys. Tonight we are going to be making one of my favorite soups in the whole wide world. Think tortilla soup meets white bean chili without the tortillas. And there you kind of have the soup. We're going to call it Laura's famous soup.
Because Laura's the white one, so we have to have white beans in hers.
Why is it got to be white?
Wow. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Racist.
Racial.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, it's a super healthy meal. We're talking under 300 calories, very filling because we've got over 7 grams of fiber in this dish with our white beans. And so we're going to get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is I've already got some chicken stock boiling here on the stove. And I bought the 33% less sodium chicken stock because it has a lot of salt in it, and this is just one way to make it healthier for us. So then the next thing we're going to do is head over here to the sink, and we are going to drain the nasty, thick, I think I just got it all over the counter, but we're going to drain our white beans because there's this grossness on them.
Okay, let Sonia finish doing that.
Okay, finish doing that for me, LaSonia. And when you, after they're drained, let's go in and rinse. Let's go in and rinse them off in the water. Just to make sure they're clean, because we don't want that yucky stuff going into our soup. Okay, and so then we're going to come over here, and what we've done is a normal recipe would be about 3 chicken breasts, and we'll put that up for you to see, but I'm doubling it because we've got some Bible study girls coming over tomorrow for lunch.
Yay!
So we are killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. So we've already got our chicken, most of our chicken shredded, but Mandisa is going to shred the last.
Why do I always get the hands-on kind of stuff?
You know you like it.
I'm tearing it apart.
You're just tearing it apart. I think
this is cooked already?
It's cooked. What we did is we boiled it with some sea salt and black pepper, a little bit of garlic, and a couple of bay leaves. And I even saved a little bit of that chicken stock and added it to our soup pot.
How long do you have to boil it for?
I would say about 20 minutes, but you can just sort of check it with a fork and make sure that it's not pink on the inside. The next thing that we're going to do is add our drained and rinsed white beans from LaSonia, who is having emotional displacement at the moment. So what we're going to do, let me just grab a little spatula out of this drawer, and we are just going to dump all of that right in there. And this dish is super easy. Maybe 20 minutes prep time if you count boiling the chicken, and then you can just leave it on the stove and cook it on low all day.
Okay, now I have a question.
Yes.
Because we doubled the chicken because we've got girls coming tomorrow, but the beans?
We've also doubled the beans.
So normally you would use how many?
About 2 cans. I did about 3 cans.
Okay.
And then we're going to also throw in 2 cans of Rotel, which would normally be 1. And depending on how spicy you like it, you can go for the mild Rotel or the original. I go for the mild because we're also going to add some salsa that has a little bit of a kick to it. So we're just going to dump that in there. Don't have to drain it or anything.
Oh my gosh.
And then, Mandisa, if you'll add the chicken.
I'm scared because I don't want to get splattered.
Well, just add it slowly.
Oh.
You can do it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to grab the salsa out of the refrigerator. And this salsa, you don't want to buy like the paste pecani salsa. You want to go for fresh salsa, which is typically found in the deli section of your grocery store. either by the produce or the deli meat is typically where it's found. And the great thing about this is it's got your fresh tomatoes, and sometimes it'll have cucumber in it, and onion, and cilantro, which really gives it a great flavor. So we're gonna just throw that in there. And once we get all this in, we'll give it a really good stir. There's the next round. And again, you can use mild or medium salsa, whichever you prefer. And let's just stir that around a little bit. I know I'm stirring with a spatula. That's all that we could find at the moment. And then what we're gonna do is add about, Mandy, so why don't you come over here and measure out about a teaspoon of cumin.
Look at your cute little measuring cups. Who has measuring cups like this?
I love them.
Oh my gosh, do you see these?
I got them for Christmas.
You said a teaspoon?
Teaspoon, yeah.
Okay, and then dump it in?
Dump it in.
Done.
And the cumin, what that does is gives it a great smoky flavor, and it just sort of helps bring out the other flavors in the soup. It's one of my favorite spices to use.
I love cumin.
Then we're going to add some garlic powder. I'd say about half a teaspoon, which is right there.
Okay. Go ahead.
Perfect. And then one final thing is let's go in and add a teaspoon of chili powder.
Okay.
And then that is everything. We don't need to add salt because the chicken stock has that covered. And we're just gonna let that simmer on medium low for as long as you want, really. You can do, I've made it and let it simmer for as little as an hour, or I've let it sit on the stove for 3 or 4 hours. So however you want to make it, however it fits into your schedule. You can also make it in the crock pot and just leave it. And then we'll come back and show it all served up in just a little bit. Okay, well we're back and our soup has been cooking on the stove, and Mandisa is going to be our taste tester.
I volunteered for this one.
And let me give you a couple of great serving options. One is some just sliced up avocado, which is, you know, we know it's high in fat, but it's the good fat,
right? And
it adds a great flavor to it. So Lasagna, if you want to put a little bit of that in there. And then also you can put some Monterey Jack in. I like to put a little bit in, but it's also a great place if you're trying to save calories, A quarter cup is about 100 calories, and I cut that in half and make it 50. And so again, you've got a meal under 300 calories with a lot of fiber, a lot of protein, a lot of flavor. There you go. It's good? Okay.